Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and another episode of Homebrew Mythic Climb. Today is day 14. I'm Ricky. Let's dive right in. Yeah, it's really the worst. So anyway, if you're just joining me, this series is where I play my friend's homebrew deck that he came up with last season. He took it all the way to Mythic 99%. He ran out of time, and this month I am trying to pilot the same deck to Mythic. So far, I'm not having as much luck. So we are against our opponent, Decklist. We have two playable creatures, Armada Skyclaves, lures to support our creatures, so I think we can keep this. Alright, not much to do on turn 1, so let's just drop the planes and keep going. So, TecmagDiams, how is your day going? Alcide of Life's Bounty, that's not too relevant for us. Ooh, I should have started with the Castle Lockdwayne. I thought that was a swamp. Ooh, that's bad. So we only have white mana, so I think I'm gonna have need to drop double planes in here just in case I need to play multiple copies of my cards. I'll play a Hushbringer just in case he has the orders coming in. Stomp those annoying ETBs. Oh wow, nice. What site is that, may I ask? That's very interesting, and thanks for dropping by. I haven't had anyone to chat with in chat for a long time, so you have been my first for a little bit. So we see the swamp, which is excellent. Lurus will let us block potentially. So the plan here is to get the Lurus, so we're mana efficient. We don't necessarily want Mulligans Skyclaves in case they cast Glass Casket next turn. That'll put us really far behind on the curve. So hopefully next turn, when I drop the Castle Lockdwayne, we can double cast the creatures or get Mulligans Skyclaves going. Ooh, okay, our secret weapon, Snapdax, makes an appearance. We can't cast it yet. Castle Lockdwayne over here. So Mulligans Skyclaves on Lurus can hit big, but we won't have a blocker for Speaker of the Heavens. Heliod is not too bad, so I think we should just go aggressive here and spread our board as wide as we can. We do get the Aspirant tokens. Let's get Lurus a little bit bigger, just as a safeguard, and let's going. Yeah, Tecmag. Tell me all about it. It is really hard to make any sort of conversation when there's no one to converse with. So our opponent is going with Heliod. Well, it's indestructible, so obviously we're not going to block. We can block and recur our creatures with Lurus. However, that's not what we want to do, I believe, so we'll just pass and hope we draw land here. Yep, tell me about that. I hear you. Add you as a friend. We can be friends. Oh, whoa! Selfless Savior comes in the nick of time. It's almost better than a land. I would have rather seen a land instead, but that's not bad either. We can cast Selfless Savior here. We'll cast Mulligans Skyclaves on our Lurus as planned. We can put our Luminarch Aspirant. We can... Let's grow a Hushbringer a little bit bigger and see where we can go with that. Let's attack with the Lurus. We can start trading life. This turn, even though I have the Selfless Savior, I don't think I want to activate it. I probably want to keep Snapdax or make Snapdax playable next turn. So if I end up trump blocking and sacrificing Selfless Savior, I'll need 1 mana to recur it to be safe next turn. So I really don't want to have to spend that 1 mana if I can have Snapdax come in. So that is the plan. Whoa. Twitch is doing something wonky. I'll pass to our opponent here. Sorry about this. There we go. Oh, okay. Well, I'll hopefully I'll keep you entertained. The meta has changed quite a bit. When did you last play? Let's see. We have Heliod and the Angel attacking us for 9. We're lifestealing for 6, and with the blocker out of the way, so I think we're fine just taking 9 damage over here. I don't think that's too big of a deal. We can just life gain for 11 here. So he does get life gain, or give his Legion Angel life gain, which is fine. He'll gain some life. He gets a 1/1 counter. Sort of irrelevant for us with our game plan over here. As long as he doesn't get to 27 life, we should be okay. 27 life will activate his Speaker of the Heavens over here, and he'll start pumping out 4/4 Angel tokens, which is not what we want. So here we go. Our turn. We see a land. Unfortunately, it is a tapped land, so our Snapdax cannot make an appearance just yet. We do see the next card with double Snapdax. It's a legendary creature. We can't have 2 of them. 4 years ago. Man, I quit a long time ago too. I quit around like the original Guild of Ravnica. I started in Judgment, and I just came back last year when M2020 came out. Snapdax. It doesn't look like our opponent is running too many kill spells, so I'll just bottom the Snapdax and go with that plan. Our Lurrus can still gain us life. Our Hushbringer can still gain us life, so let us do this. And we can attack for a whole lot of life as well, so let's just go all in here. And see what our opponent can come up with. Yeah, if you want to see worse luck, you should check out my YouTube channel and check out, I think it's day 12 in my series. I literally had a 25% win rate for that night. My series here, I'm trying to play to my 4 daily wins every day in my attempt to climb to Mythic. And so far it has gone rather poorly. Alright, so our opponent has is also shoving all in, so this turn, I think it is probably worth our time to try and block. Our opponent can't get to 27, so we're not actually worried about any of this stuff. If we sacrifice our Selfless Savior in response to save our Luminarch Aspirant, it's kind of risky if they have a removal spell, because if that's the case, we'll lose either Lurrus and Aspirant, or the Aspirant and the Selfless Savior, and we can't recur or something. So I think since we are relatively safe, we'll just take all of it in the face. I think I'm pretty safe doing that. Oh yeah. Yeah, Mana Flood and Mana Screw is very unfun to play. I feel like I'm mana cursed as well. I've been tracking on a Google spreadsheet. Check out any of my videos on YouTube. I link my spreadsheet down in the description. If he has a glass casket here, I'm screwed. Oh no, he just cast Speaker of the Heavens. And that spreadsheet I'm talking about tracks all of the stats that untapped.gg doesn't help me track. It has stuff like Mana Screwed, whether or not I got a free win, whether I got Mana Flooded, and whether or not I had to take a mulligan. So our turn, 14 damage. I think we can deal 14 damage here, especially with the Snapdax. Our Lurrus will get a ridiculous double strike unless he has a combat trick, which is very scary. So, with that in mind, we're going to have to go for the win here. We'll cast Snapdax. If Snapdax resolves, we win. If it doesn't, we lose. So let's see what happens. And our opponent concedes! Our secret weapon strikes again. Or, well, I guess for the first time tonight. So let me track some stats on my sheet. We didn't mulligan, we didn't get mana screwed, we won this one. Not a free game. We are now at Plat 4 at 4 pips, making our way back up to Plat 3. On to the next game. Yet! That's right. Good times. Near impossible to do mana flood or mana screwed? Interesting. I don't recall ever hearing about a strategy that could minimize mana flood or mana screw. I think that's just something you have to work with the pace of your deck and the goal of your deck, right? Your aggro, your mid range, or your late game control. So I don't know. I'd have to check out the deck. Let's see. Our opponent's going first. We have a really slow mana base, but we do have 3 playable creatures and a Maul of the Skyclaves, which is what our deck is trying to do. So let's keep this. Land Stander. I mean, if you're not standing on land, I guess you could be standing on water if you're a deity. Right, so our opponent drops a forest, which means he will probably drop a blocker next turn for a Speaker of the Heavens, so there's really no point of us getting a Speaker of the Heavens out so early. So with that in mind, I'm going to drop a Temple of Silence first turn. We see a Null Priest. Yeah, Menace could help us here, so let's keep the Null Priest. Let's see how this plays out. Small infinite combo. Interesting. Yep, so like I said, our opponent casts Charming Prince and goes for the Scry. He scries 2 top. Oh no, that's not good news for us. So here we will drop a... what color do we want here? We have a lot more white cards. We have double white. So yeah, I think I'd rather have double white than double black. So let's drop the Null Priest. If he attacks, he probably won't have another blocker. That means we can attack right back. And because we have lifelink, we'll be ahead. Our opponent casts Glass Casket, which is fine with me. Better Glass Casketing the Null Priest rather than any of our other cards. So we still have a very slow land base. 4th land is welcome here. So let's try Null Priest again. Same idea. If he attacks with the Charming Prince, we won't block, but we'll be free to attack and gain our life back next turn. Oh, Skyclave Apparition exiles our other creature. This is getting annoying. I'm not sure what streamer out there or what Mythic player out there is suggesting players go for a green-white Ujin deck. It's really annoying and completely wrecks my deck. So here now we get some breathing room with 4 mana to play some stuff we can, we actually care about. So let's drop these 2 creatures and add a 1/1 counter to a Hushbringer. With the Hushbringer in play, hopefully they don't have any more Glass Caskets because our Hushbringer should shut down most of their deck. Like I said, we're getting really lucky tonight. So, just for you, Mr. TecmagDiams.
Buddy, stop this.
Ah, yes. Well, thank you. Yeah, if you need to lurk, everyone has a life. You gotta do what you gotta do. Thank you for stopping by and following. Yeah, I appreciate it a lot. Thanks for sticking around.
I still have to drop 6 pallets, but then I can start the next chapter.
Hello? Am I hearing someone talk? Huh. Alright, I'm really confused, but sorry, I'm still new to Twitch. If you're saying something to me over voice chat, I might be missing it. Well, here we go. Ready or not, we are up against...
found a match.
Waylo.
I was hoping that the matchmaking queue would be a little bit quicker today. Curly fries. Pocky. Dreams.
Hello? Curly fries, what?
Time to die.
I have... Oh, sorry. I clicked on your channel and your video autoplayed. Oops. Alright, sorry. Alright, sorry everyone. I'm back. Let's see. Against Waylo, again, we have early creatures. Maul of the Skyclaves, exactly what we're going to do. Even though we're going second, we should be okay. Four at 5 pips. We went second, I believe. This game we're also going second. We are going game 3. So against black, we might as well go out as aggressive as possible. Start with the Speaker of the Heavens. So we're against the Rogues deck, which is a little bit unfortunate. Alright, let's play Swamp. Let's get the Null Priest going. Let's see if it gets countered. Hopefully we can make this tonight's video as short as possible, just like we did yesterday. But these rogues, they are getting in the way. Like I mentioned earlier, if you're interested in my Untapped.gg stats for this deck's climb, you can check it out in my YouTube description. If you're interested in my custom tracking sheet stats, also down in the description. Temple of Silence can give us a scry. We see another Maul of the Skyclaves, which can help us win. So let's keep that. We will cast a another Null Priest here. No, let's go for Luminarch Aspirant. See what our opponent has. If it's a counterspell, I'd rather see it right now. So it is a counterspell. So that's fine with me. I can attack with my Null Priest pretty easily and get in for 2 damage and gain 2 life with the lifelink. Our opponent casts a Triome and attacks with both his creatures. Unfortunately, we cannot block that. We'll take a lot of damage this turn. So when our opponent attacks with turns like this, it signals to me that they have a lot of more burn spells, or sorry, kill spells in their hand, which sucks. So we are trying to get as many things out as possible now. Let's get another Null Priest here to make it for our opponent really hard to block. And then I'll drop a Speaker of the Heavens as well, because our mana lets us do that. Our opponent does eliminate our other Speaker of the Heavens, which is unfortunate. However, we can attack with our Null Priest and keep going. Our opponent once again taps out to attack. We will take the damage. Not too concerned about that for now. We see our 4th land in Temple of Silence. Our opponent is probably going to mill whatever this card is, so we might as well put it on the bottom. I think we'll have to go with the Luminarch Aspirant over here, because if we cast Maul of the Skyclaves, it's a complete waste of mana. Luminarch, if they counter it or kill it, at least we're still adding pressure to the board if they kill one of our other creatures. So I think I'd rather have the Luminarch Aspirant going. So they do cast Brazen Borrower for it, which is fine. We get to attack for 5 here. So the fact that our opponent casts Brazen Borrower there kind of shows me that they are probably out of counter spells or kill spells. So I think, yep, because they're not attacking with the Thief's Guild Enforcer anymore, they're probably out of that. So what we can try for here, we drop a Fabled Passage. We do have 5 lands, so we can play 2 cards this turn. We're going to try and drop Luminarch Aspirant and Maul of the Skyclaves, because if we cast Baneslayer Angel, they're probably just going to kill it. If we do this, they're almost definitely going to spend more resources doing that. So let's do this. Maul of the Skyclaves. We'll hit up our Speaker of the Heavens. So if our opponent has a kill spell, he needs to use it now. Or else we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage on board. So we are going for making our Null Priest bigger, because if our opponent has... Our opponent casts Into the Story, and I suppose he loses. Oh man. Thank you so much, TecmagDiams, for joining us. I think you are our good luck charm. We are now at 3 wins straight. And we are back up to Plat 3 at 0 pips. On to Game 4. Ooh, I forgot to say, if you're on YouTube, the timestamps are at also in the description if you want to skip ahead. But hopefully, if things are going right, this will be the last game, and by the time you hear this message, there won't be any more timestamps for you to check out. Although, that's not true. If I win this game, we'd be on a 4-game winning streak, and I'd keep playing until we lose. Those are the rules. Ooh, okay, 3 creatures, no Maul of the Skyclaves. But we do have Bloodchief's Thirst for support, so let's do this. Play with the planes here. Fireblade Charger is fine with me. We have 2 copies of Hushbringer, so let's send one out as a sacrificial lamb. Because we are afraid of Bonecrusher Giant, as usual, against red deck wins. He'll probably cast Bonecrusher Giant to kill Hushbringer. And attack for 1. This turn, we can kill the Fireblade Charger with Bloodchief's Thirst, but don't suppose we necessarily need to do that just yet. I think we'd much rather kill his Bonecrusher Giant to stop Embercleave from hitting it up. So Null Priest is risky play because they might have Spikefield Hazard. So I think I'm going to have to go with Hushbringer again, just so we have something that sticks on the board and can start swinging for some lifelink. I'm expecting him to cast his Bonecrusher here, or to cast another Bonecrusher to kill our Hushbringer. That would be my guess. Our opponent attacks, we're not going to block that. And he does cast the Bonecrusher. So we are now left with no choice except to kill the Bonecrusher with... Oh no! I needed to drop the Swamp because Bloodchief's Thirst requires 2 black to kick. So I suppose I'll have to drop the Null Priest over here and pretty much just pray our opponent does not have Embercleave. If our opponent has Embercleave, we'll have taken like 10 damage for no reason. I guess we can still kill it with Bloodchief's Thirst next turn, so it's not too bad of a loss. But that was a pretty bad misplay. We know Embercleave is coming, and we could have prevented it. So that's just bad news all around. I like our opponent. His name is Fire Goblin. He's playing with Fire Goblins, so that's kind of cool. Robber of the Rich. Don't need to block here. Maybe he's looking for an Embercleave. What does this do? When a source deals non-combat damage, deals +1/+0 on double strike. Okay, so that's not too bad. Bonecrusher Giant is there. We have another Null Priest. We are 1 mana from kicking Null Priest to bring our Hushbringer back, so I think we will save that. We'll drop the swamp this time. We have Bloodchief's Thirst. If we drop Bloodchief's Thirst, the robber becomes a lot less scary because we have another land drop and another play next turn, so it's unlikely we're going to have less cards than our opponent. So I think I feel pretty safe with kicking this to kill the Bone Crusher Giant. We will take 2 damage. But what we can do here is attack with both and gain some life back. Opponent has a 5th land, which is good news for us. Red deck wins generally doesn't need 5 lands in play. However, our opponent has a lot of damage on board, and they have the Ember Cleave, so I think that is going to spell the end for us very quickly. We see a Speaker of the Heavens. It's not what we need. So yeah, I think that's the loss. We can kick the Null Priest, I suppose. Oh no! I made the same mistake. The Null Priest can't be kicked if you have a Hushbringer in play. Oh boy. So let's just attack in here and then offer the GG concede because we have nothing left to defend with. Oof. Big oof, big oof. That was our fault. We didn't get mana screwed. We lost that one. It's not a free win. We are still at Plat 3 at 0 pips because this game is fairly generous about grace periods. We did go first, I believe. On to game 5. Wow, I just made 2 mistakes that I told myself I wouldn't, and we had made the exact same mistakes in our first 13 days, so let's hope we don't see that again. We go first. Alright, Selfless Savior, first turn play, for second turn potential, and Heartless Act, so I think we can keep this against Tori. We're going first? Second? Are we going second? First or second? Excuse me. Oof. Gotta sip some water. Okay, Plains, Selfless Savior. Our loyal Doge hopefully comes in to the rescue. Our loyal Doge dies to Bloodchief's Thirst, which is very efficient for our opponent. We don't have black mana, but we do need 2 to keep going, so we'll drop our second Plains here. Oh, we do have black mana here. Yeah, so we'll get the black mana there, and we will get our Hushbringer in play. Our opponent is showing the road colors, so let's drop Selfless Savior. If our opponent has a kill spell, they'll have to do this now. Or alternatively, they can counter our Selfless Savior. Frantic Inventory is what our opponent goes for, so that is not good enough. We can drop this as an island then. And cast Lumeric Aspirant. We're not afraid of any blockers coming in anymore, so our Lumeric Aspirant is going to go on our Hushbringer. Hushbringer is going to attack for 2. Yep. We weren't afraid of him casting any flash blockers or any kill spells or counter spells, so that's why we got that out quite confidently. Our opponent drops a Triome and passes. Now we are very, very safe, and we draw Lurrus. Whoa, bad news for our opponents. Still not the most ideal for us because our Loctwain comes into play tapped. So let's put the counter on... We have 1 card in the graveyard, so they can't really do anything that bad except for Soaring Thought Thief, so we'll have to put it on the Hushbringer. And let's attack with everything. If they have a blocker, we'll just throw Heartless Act at it. Very suspicious, very suspicious. He doesn't cast anything, so let's just pass. If he casts a blocker here, we will kill it. Unfortunately, he just uses the mana to draw more cards, which will be to his advantage. It doesn't look like he's necessarily playing rogues. He has a three-color triome here that doesn't necessarily spell rogues, but it's very sus. Very sus. I don't know what Tori is going after here. My wife's name is Victoria. She hates being called Tori. Let's see, my turn. Yeah, I suppose I can go my turn here. We have a 5th land, which is excellent. We'll drop it as a black source. It looks like, well, that counts as white. We have white in the graveyard, so we'll probably need more white sources. We'll drop a Lurrus. I suppose we could attack first and see what happens. Let's put the 1/1 counter. Let's spread it a little bit onto our Luminarch Aspirant now. Our opponent casts Heartless Act. I suppose we'll have to protect it. Our opponent will have to cast another kill spell to kill either one of our creatures right now. Very expensive. He double shots the Luminarch Aspirant, which is fine with me. We can attack with the Hushbringer, and then we can cast the Lurrus and bring back our Selfless Savior here. And the turn. So it would have been a mistake to bring back Luminarch Aspirant there, because if the Luminarch Aspirant comes out, our Lurrus will be very vulnerable, as will our Hushbringer. So we need to play safe and get our Selfless Doge back. Our opponent is milling us now. Ooh, gives us more Luminarch Aspirant options. Our opponent now has 2 mana. Pass 2 attackers. They have none. Our turn. We draw another Selfless Savior, which is most excellent. We can safely cast that. So we double up on our Selfless Saviors. We can try and get our Luminarch Aspirant from our graveyard. Our opponent does counter that, nothing we can do here, but he is now tapped out, that's fine. So we get to attack with a whole bunch of creatures. Opponent mills us for another 2. Oh, come on. And all creatures with converted mana cost. So wow, literally the one hoser card for our deck. So, well, I guess that's that. Everything from our graveyard goes away as well. Unfortunately, we don't have enough mana to activate our Castle Lockdwain now, so we'll have to just wait. Our opponent can't activate Castle Lockdwain either. He has 3 cards in his hand, so they'll just, well, our opponent has 3 cards in their hand, so they will just die instantly if they attempt to cast or activate Castle Lockdwain. We don't see what we want, but we do get, oops, don't want the random stop there. We do get a swamp, so we can start drawing cards. So not too bad, considering we have a lot of, we're very far ahead in terms of life. Nothing to play here, so we will draw on our opponent's turn instead, just to be safe. Because I doubt we'll be able to cast anything with just 2 mana. Cling to Dust removes our Null Priests, and our opponent gains 3 life. That's going to be a huge problem for us. He can do that 1 more time at least. to draw a card right now. Quite scary, quite scary. Yep, he does do that. Looks like our opponent is looking for answers, or I guess his endgame, or more ways to mill us, I suppose. Alright, we're still at a relatively healthy 35 cards against this mill deck. But our opponent is drawing more and more cards, so we are getting closer and closer to losing. So let's draw a card here with Castle Locthwain. Does help our opponent out a little bit, but I mean, what else are we supposed to do, right? So let's get the Speaker of the Heavens in play. We can't mutate Snapdax onto Speaker of the Heavens, unfortunately, so we are just left to pass our turn and do nothing. Our opponent casts Into the Story, which will get them a lot of cards and a lot of our library milled. That's 8 cards. I used to play Teferi's Tutelage when it first came out. It's a fun deck to play. What is this card called? Shadow's Verdict? Man, that's ridiculous. Bloodchief's Thirst gets rid of our Speaker of the Heavens. Nothing we can do about that. So our opponent probably just has multiple copies of Into the Story now, and we are pretty much going to lose. Castle Locthwain draws a small Skyclaves, not going to help. Drop another Swamp, and I suppose we might as well draw a card now. 3 mana, we can do something with 3 mana, but it's another one of our support kill spells, which is not what we're looking for. Our opponent casts another Into the Story, and that's pretty much GG for us. He surely has drawn at least 2 more counter spells at this point, so anything we'll play will just get instantly countered. So we are drawing dead and about to lose here. Ruin Crab mills us for an extra 3, and yeah, that's going to be the game. I'd like to see. Oh, yep, Into the Story. I'll give him a nice finish. Nice finish. Good job there, Tori. And that is our second loss. Second loss, lost that, no mana problems, Plat 3 at 0 pips. On to game 6. Do some quick pumps. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Our opponent Galathor. Alright. Play. Alright. I think we can keep it. We're up against a Yorion deck, so that's pretty bad news. We are not favored in this matchup at all. Opponent goes first. Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll have to keep that. Opponent goes first. Opponent does nothing, so that lets us do our Fabled Passage first. We won't activate it yet to withhold information from our opponent. It's really silly in best of 1 because, you know, it is what it is in the best of 1, but it's a good habit. So now I activate it. White and white, 2 white. Do I want 2 white sources or 2 black? Probably 2 black sources. Ooh, but I always get bitten when I go 2 black sources. We need double white for our Baneslayer Angel, so I suppose I'll have to do double white. We see Speaker of the Heavens, which is good. Let's go for Hushbringer and see what happens. Hushbringer seems to stomp a lot of Yorian cards, except for Glass Casket. So let's see if our opponent has Glass Casket. Skyclave Apparition is fine with me. It gets stomped by Hushbringer. Our opponent realizes his mistake. So that means we want to get our Luminarch Aspirant out. We can make our creature big, and we can get our Speaker of the Heavens a little bit larger. So let's grow the Speaker this turn so it can get bigger next turn as well, and we'll just attack for 1 here. Glass Casket comes in for our Hushbringer. Oh, no, actually for our Speaker of the Heavens. Okay. So that's a little bit fine with me. This way we have Ghastly Gloomhunter. We won't need to kick that. We'll cast our Luminarch Aspirant here. We can double up on Hushbringer this turn. I think that's fine. And we'll attack for 3. Our opponent concedes! Thank you, thank you. So our opponent probably missed the land drop and wasn't able to keep up. So that was a quick 4-win, another quick 4-win day. Finally, our bad luck runs seem to have moved on by. And we'll see what we can do tomorrow. Thank you so much for checking me out. We had our first conversation on Twitch stream today. On YouTube, I'm going to have to apologize for that. I have to figure out how to do Streamlabs, I think it is, to get the Twitch chat onto the screen so you can read that maybe, because it looks like I'm just talking to thin air to my friends here on YouTube. But yeah, please like and or subscribe if you're on YouTube. Ring it if you feel it. If you're on Twitch, drop me a follow. I'm starting out. I'm still learning how to video edit. So if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please let me know. I'd very much appreciate it. I'm very excited about getting around to learning video editing. I've been doing the YouTube Creator Academy. Today was day 14 and went pretty smooth, so maybe I'll do one more video. I kind of wanted to cut it at the end of today, just because I feel like I needed to spend more time learning the video editing, put some serious hours into that, and also use that extra time to make some graphics to update my Twitch channel and my YouTube channel, get a schedule set up. So I guess we'll see. But in any case, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later.